Am I F20 crazy, or is my boyfriend M21 using stress as an excuse? I'm feeling conflicted between being proud and also sick to my stomach with worry that I may have been in the wrong, and worse, harsh. BF will be referred to as R. Too long didn't read is at the bottom. If you've glanced through my post history, R and I have been together for a little under 2 years. It's not perfect, but it's close to it. Sometimes we are stubborn and have disagreements, but most of the time we are great and have a lot of fun together. Today, we had a job internship fair at our college. We dressed really nicely in our business attire, had our resumes ready, and were ready to do business after I hyped him up a bit, since I noticed he was pretty quiet and a little nervous. I had complimented him on his suit and his haircut, and he'd said nothing to me. Okay, that's fine, he's nervous and we're busy. R had to leave early since he had a shift at work, but he told me to have fun, which I did. All of my resumes were given away and I think I did great with getting the employers interested in me. When I was done with the job fair, R called me since he coincidentally had a break at work as I was leaving. Yay, he asked me how it went. I told him how proud I was of myself, he did the same, and we chatted for a bit. I briefly brought up how good he had looked in his suit and he, yet again, said nothing to me. He knows this is an issue that I have communicated with him before. If he does not compliment me, especially when I look good, I will start to resent him and also myself. So I just casually brought it up and said, "Do you think I looked good?" He sighed before mumbling over the phone, "Yeah. You looked amazing." I dropped it and just started talking about something else at the job fair. I then mentioned to him about a donation event I wanted to hold at our college and potentially at work. It's an event to raise awareness about a friend's situation and to hopefully get them the help they need for their daughter. Plus, it's a different way to volunteer and help in the community, which I thought was pretty creative and honestly much better than just picking up trash on the highway. It's more impactful and it's something I've become interested and passionate about. Well, R had plenty to nitpick over. He was saying things like, "You're too trusting. What if they're scamming you? Don't get your hopes too high. Why not just do something else? Volunteer to pick up trash, that's plenty of community service." Now, usually I just agree with what R says, since sometimes he's right or I don't want to stress him out, start an argument while we're busy. But that sent me over the edge, particularly because he said, "Well, if you've got everything under control." I'm not exaggerating when I say he said it in a sarcastic tone. It was also pretty mean of him, especially with the way he said it. It wasn't a nice, "It sounds like you've got everything under control. Good job." It was more of like, "Whatever you say," rolling eyes face. So, I put my foot down and straight up said, "I don't appreciate your tone. You're being rude about something I'm passionate about and that's very mean." This is another issue we have discussed extensively. I hate being talked down to, especially when it's one said in such a condescending tone and two from someone I always support and encourage and validate. Why can't he do the same for me? Why not just say, "That sounds so interesting," or whatever? He knows this is particularly hurtful because my dad used to do the same thing growing up, but he also knows that the last time my dad did this was when I was 14. After that, I just stopped speaking to him about anything important in my life. He only hears about it after the event has passed and can only congratulate me on my success. Well, after he's done whining about not being included. But, hey, actions meet consequences. R was silent about this before going back to work when his break was over. The only thing he really said was that he didn't compliment me because he was stressed, so completely dismissing how he reacted towards my donation event. Plus, he didn't even apologize, so that makes me feel fantastic. I honestly have no clue what to do. We were doing so great this entire time until today. We keep going back in circles to the same issues because it's like he refuses to listen or give me even half the effort he promises to show, or he claims I'm too sensitive and need to just let things go. And I'm trying to be patient with him and also not be sensitive, really. But the more he keeps blaming his ADHD and stress, it's starting to wear me out. Especially when he's dismissive of my stress and or nitpicks at other things I do or don't do. What do I do? What can I say so he finally understands that I'm not being overly emotional or sensitive, but just hurting and wanting support? Too long didn't read going in circles over past issues with BF because he doesn't listen and is dismissive until he's the one who's hurting or I snap at him. What to say do to help him be kinder to me?